Hello, everyone, and welcome to Angel Healing House, and welcome to Walk In Angel Ariel's Weekly Wisdom for this upcoming week of June 30th through July 6th, 2024. My name is Claire Candy Huff, and my name is also Angel Ariel, as I had an angelic walk-in experience on January 11th of 2003, which I write about in my award-winning #1 Amazon International bestseller, I Am an Angelic Walk-In, the autobiography of Angel Ariel. I'd like to thank everyone for liking and sharing and subscribing to my Claire Candy Hoff YouTube channel. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe, and when you are a subscriber, you'll receive notification when I upload new videos. If you'd like to schedule your own remarkable, transformational emotion code session, intuitive counseling, angel tarot card readings, and or Reiki healing, which can be done through distant healing to anywhere in the universe, please phone me at Angel Healing House, and that number is 831-277-3716, and that's Eastern Standard Time, or you can always visit my website, which is angelhealinghouse.com. I'd like to thank everyone who has made donations to my channel for my free content. If I really do appreciate it. And if you'd like to donate for this free content, I've left my PayPal link in the description box down below. I'm starting something new here on Walk In Angel Ariel's Weekly Wisdom. I will gather all the names of the people who donate each month, and at the end of the month, I'll randomly choose one name from a hat from all those who donated to be chosen to receive a free mini angel reading. Just one person. And if you make more than one donation, your name will go in the number of times you donate in a particular month. So good luck to everyone. Now here on Walk In Angel Ariel's Weekly Wisdom, sometimes we pull runes, tarot cards, oracle cards, Lenormand cards, but we always first look into the astrological heavens to see what planetary energies will be affecting us. We are at the back end of a week in which we have been processing the very powerful energies of the full moon in Capricorn, the solstice, and the entrance into emotional Cancer season. Now, for many, this full moon will act like a course correction. It'll guide us out of the darkness, and it will bring blessings, hope, and acceptance to many. Now, the posse of angels is sharing that those aforementioned blessings will be divine indeed, because like karmic rewards, they'll come in the way of new gifts, messages, communications, and connections that had been hidden, as it was not the divine timing for them to be revealed and unveiled until now. This is a very special full moon, as we will have yet another Capricorn full moon in only a month's time on July 21st. Now, whenever this happens, whenever there are two full moons in the same sign right after each other, they act like bookends to a story. Under the light of the first Capricorn full moon, it will reveal the first part of a story. There'll be something incoming, communication, or connection that gives us some information or knowledge. And over the next month, more of this story will be revealed to fill in the whole picture. With these two moons being in the sign of Capricorn, it will be highlighting ways that we can take responsibility for our lives. The more we can accept responsibility for creating every single part of our lives, we actually take our power back. We're no longer a victim, and we're no longer blaming anything or anyone else for what's happened to us and where we find ourselves. Acceptance reveals a higher truth for us, as we are given a clearer perspective on life, and we become more aligned with our power to create. You know, when we do this, what happens is our vistas broaden, and we learn and discover so much more about life For example, I play piano, and for years and years I was not a fan of the composer Franz Schubert. And I recently found two brothers, Arthur and Lucas Jussen. Do look them up. Their last name is Jussen, and they're from the Netherlands. And they play with such exquisite grace. And now I can't seem to get enough of Schubert's divine music. This gaining of clarity and perspective can give us not only aha moments, but can create openings for more things to be revealed, more things to be discovered. While mine was in the area of opening up to enjoy more heavenly music, which I never considered before. This clarity might come in the way in our relationships, in our finances, in business, in our work. It could be even in our self care or our self worth. It would be a great time to ask yourself the question, what have I created in the past 6 months that I can now let go of? I can now release so that I can be clear to create a new reality for myself. By taking responsibility, many will experience their power coming back, for them to be brave, for them to be seen, and fearlessly put themselves out there to receive the opportunities that are now coming in for them. And to help us today, on June 29th, we have Saturn, and Saturn is stationing retrograde. Excuse me. Saturn is the hard taskmaster planet. It's said it is the Lord of Karma, known as the Master Teacher. As it retrogrades, we're getting a recap, a revision of lessons that we have been working on since last year. Now, the Posse of Angels and I wish you to think back to whatever hardships and struggles you experienced since November 2023. This is the time to focus on those karmic lessons which we've learned over the past 6 months. Especially look at those challenges and struggles that came up for you. Whether this was clearly seeing our part in relationship irritations or creating financial hardships, ask to see your part in the creation of those difficulties. We might have created them so our soul could experience being humbled, being grateful, or being appreciative for what we have. Now, the Posse of Angels is saying that it is part of our human nature that we may at times only appreciate what we have when it's taken away from us. I recently spoke with a client who had become homeless for a short time last year. She didn't have enough money to eat. Her lesson was to open to receive and allow others to give to her after a lifetime of always being the one to give to others. She said that having gone through this experience and learned her lessons, every time she goes into a grocery store and reaches for something on a shelf, she gets emotional. She feels so blessed as she remembers a time when she did not have the means to eat. Saturn retrograding at this time brings karmic rewards. The reward may come in the form of recognizing our own mastery, how much we've grown, in how we approach life with a more measured grace, more maturity, and more peace, perhaps more love, forgiveness, and compassion for ourselves and others. Giving ourselves credit for going through harrowing and heartbreaking times and coming out so much wiser, more humbled, more understanding, generous, and kind, especially toward ourselves, had we not gone through those challenging lessons. Now, the pain associated with going through challenging times, while necessary for our soul's growth and evolution, it doesn't need to define us. Many are finally ready to let go of the pain, the heartache, the scars associated with going through those challenges as our inner fortitude and our power returns, ready to end grieving and boldly move on with our lives. Also today, we will experience the asteroid Nessus, Nessus, if you'd like to look it up, and it's flying by very close to the Earth. This is a very synchronistic time for it to fly by, as it has a very similar theme to Saturn's energies, getting us to review our challenges, as Nessus has us working through our shadows and traumas to reach higher states of consciousness. In Greek mythology, Nessus was a centaur warrior, half horse, half man, and he was entrusted to look after Hercules' wife. And with Hercules being away, he took the opportunity to try and rape her. Hercules arrived just in time to shoot him with a poisonous arrow. As Nessus lay dying, he took some of the poisoned blood and told Hercules' wife that it was magical and would protect Hercules to put some on his shirt. Upon wearing the shirt, Hercules was poisoned and died. This is a story of revenge, betrayal, mistrust, and death, which are all themes of Nessus. And while it doesn't mean that we will experience these themes, we can get a glimpse into how they may have played out in our ancestry, in our generational lines. You know, when we are working with the energy of centoid asteroids, it represents something that we have come into this life with, which has been inherited from our family's bloodline or our soul contract. Now, whether we are conscious of it or not, we all come into this life with ancestral traumas. And by working with the energies of Nessus, we can gain more awareness of the patterns and the hidden trapped emotions and traumas that have been negatively steering the decisions and choices we've made and creating some negativity in our lives. My emotion code sessions have yielded remarkable results with clients as these hidden trapped emotions, negative emotions, self-deprecating feelings of shame and pride, betrayal, abandonment, humiliation, sorrow, anger, are finally swiped out of the client's energy field. And this is freeing themselves and their future generations from ever having to be dominated, controlled, and unconsciously manipulated from creating the dreams of their life. Now, the posse of angels, here they come, they're chiming in here. They're saying, are you having troubles with your solar plexus? Out of left field. They're saying, are you having troubles with your digestion, bloating, perhaps constipation? Well, they're not surprised as these energies are getting us to really look at our family relationships. And, believe it or not, the solar plexus is the seat of our relationships. This is actually a good thing as we are going through some sort of rebirth and cleansing of those old, profoundly deep generational traumas and pains that were inherited. And for many, their lives have been steered by unconsciously having these unresolved, hidden, trapped emotions within themselves. Now, the posse of angels are reminding us that we came back to physical form in this incarnation to be the ones to put an end to those ancestral traumas and pains. Whatever generational or family wounds come up at this time, Saturn will call us to take responsibility for ourselves and our choices. We certainly cannot control our past, but what we can do is to put those hurt, betrayed, sorrowful, abandoned feelings to rest. And we do this with unconditional love, compassion, and forgiveness. Now, this helps us find closure so that those energies will not be repeated and that future generations will not be saddled with such lower dimensional frequencies. If each one of us found the power within to let go, surrender, and to do this, it would contribute to a beautiful new beginning where we are safe and we are stable and protected to create our lives without being plagued by those lower hidden negative emotions. Once this is done, then then those then there's no hidden trapped emotions to interfere with us creating our lives. We've raised our vibrational frequencies so high that the separation of frequencies and the disparity is just too far apart, and they can't ever affect us again. These former lower emotions that were steering our lives no longer control nor dictate us in any way. Please know that you, as so many in the collective, are at the door of a new reality where you're safe to reveal your radiance of who you are to the world. Again, the posse of angels is reiterating that we are entering a time of miracles, of blessings, and answered prayers. So let's go to our oracle cards to see what messages the posse of angels have for us. And for the third week in a row, they want me to go to my Lenormand deck, and this one is The Gilded Reverie by Ciro Marchetti. Okay, let's go. While I was shuffling, the first card that just flew out of the deck is this one. It couldn't wait to come out and to give us its message. Straight out of the deck, number 10, which is a number 1, card of new beginnings, card of fresh starts, could be the card of leadership, is the scythe. The scythe clears away any debris so that one can bring in the harvest. The very clear message from the posse is that for many, something will suddenly happen, comes in quickly, some information, some communication, some new connection that will need our full attention. In some cases, they said, it will be life-changing to some in the collective. But this is something that is unexpected and just comes in quickly, overnight, out of the blue, and it will need our full attention. So that one just came out before I chose any other cards. In Lenormand, we read the cards together. So let's see what the first two cards are. The first two cards are the stork, number 17, which is an 8, and the tree is number 5. Let me see that beautiful tree. Start with the stork. These are very auspicious cards in regard to clarifying this all of a sudden frenzy which comes up and whips our life. Could be whipping our life into the life of our dreams. The stork is about something being born. It's about a new beginning. It's about a fresh start that brings inevitable fated change in. Its nest in the card shows that many will now have the information or the funds or the connections to be able to uproot themselves and move on to a new nest, which is more alignment with who they are now. And with the stork, with those with those messages of the new being reborn, being born or reborn into our lives, we have the number 5, which is the number of change, which is the tree card. And the tree card is a card of health and longevity. This could mean our physical health, our financial health, or health in the way we feel, so much stronger and freer just to be ourselves. And of course, the rainbow in that health card depicts wishes coming true. So it also, in this Lenormand deck, if we put this card in the front, we can see the tree of life. The tree of life, life giving to us once again. And this confirms the channeled messages that we had before, that now we feel like our power is coming back. So beautiful cards, the stork and the tree. Next card that's coming out, next two cards that's coming out, we have the man and we have the key. These cards together. The first is the man, 28. It's another number 1, card of new beginnings. And the man depicts someone coming in to help us. with some information, some communication, perhaps a missing puzzle piece for us to move forward with our lives. Could be a message brought in by a like-minded person in our soul tribe, coming in to support and encourage us, to collaborate with, and it's coming in with the key. Key is a master number 33, as we've mastered ourselves and we're ready to serve in a new way. And the key is providing some information or connections to open new doors for us. So wonderful. Two cards there. And another two cards to finish off this Lenormand reading is the compass and the ship. The compass, number 42, is the number 6. 6 is the number of harmony, joy, regaining balance after the rocky road of the number 5 and its change and challenges. It indicates some kind of information or some kind of communique coming in. It'll show us the destined direction to go in. And what more appropriate card to end with but the number 3, which is the ship, which gets our lives going in motion, moving into new horizons, moving into new locations to serve, to flourish, and consciously create our heaven on earth lives. So beautiful, beautiful Lenormand cards there. July is going to have a very, very different feel for many as we look back with this Saturn retrograde on what we created, taking responsibility with these bookends of these Capricorn new moons, full moons. Next one's going to be on July 21st. But next week I'll be speaking about the new moon in Cancer and how that fits in to this wonderful picture. An additional message came in today from our Tree Keepers Oracle. Lovely cards, these. And I just had a giggle when this card came out because the trees give us such wise, sage advice. This one is number 25, which is 7, lucky 7. And it's, if I hold it up right, it's the keeper of the subconscious. And we could not ask for a greater confirmation about how, with the influence of Saturn retrograde and the asteroid Nessus upon us, about clearing generational and ancestral hidden trapped emotions, we are releasing lifetimes of generational trauma held deep within our subconscious. You know, science calculates that we use 10%, we consciously use 10% of our lives to create our lives, and 90% of what we create is run by our subconscious. When we find ourselves being consistently triggered, making us feel not good enough, making us feel separated, afraid, separated from our own sense of self-worth, self-love, and belonging. The question is never, what is wrong with me? But the question is, what happened to me to make me feel this way? Well, you can find out not only what happened to you in your emotion code sessions with me, but you can swipe those negative, hidden, traumatic emotions out of your energy field to never steer your life in a negative, dishonoring direction ever again. So, if you're interested in having a session with me, please do go to my website, which is angelhealinghouse.com. All my information, contact information, is in the description box down below. This is the perfect time to have one of those emotion code sessions to completely wipe out all of those illusions. It's very real and it affects our lives, but those beliefs and programming because of what happened to us. Let's have some fortune with our fortune cookies to wrap up this reading. And we'll ask the posse of angels. Okay, those just turned over. Okay, there we go. There's one. Let's see if we can make them not go on the floor. Okay, there's two. And one more. And three. Okay. The first one we have is positive work outcomes. Consistent efforts will bring rewards, and a major purchase is worth making. So at this time, many will feel in July like their mojo is coming back, like their power is returning, like we have learned the lessons that we set forth um, for us, perhaps hardships and challenges since November, and now we are giving ourselves credit for the way we perceive them, taking responsibility for them, and all of this bodes well for us moving forward in our careers, in our work, in business, just moving forward with our lives. Next one is reflection. Friendships in your life may come to an end, but others could blossom and become stronger. Many in the collective have felt strains in in their relationships with their biological families, and their energies have become so disparate and separated. But in July, moving on, we will be brought together with our soul tribes. These are those people like us, um, most alike in energetic signature, and they're brought in to collaborate and help us and to encourage each other. It's wonderful. Don't have to explain ourselves, but there's this beautiful feeling of I know you. I've met you before in former incarnations, and it just feels so wonderful to be together again. Next card is coming out for us is commitment. A commitment is indicated around business or love, and it makes us feel so much better. So, positive work outcomes, a reflection on our lives as we're reflecting back during this time of the Nessus asteroid, and also Saturn being retrograde, and how we're going to move forward. And they are saying choose one more. So here we go again. One up, that just flew out. Oh, good one to end with. Personal riches. Small successes are likely now, and bigger ones are on the way for you. Finances could improve dramatically. And it says, but avoid get rich schemes. Whatever's going to come in for many is going to be underlined with long-term success. They're not get rich quick schemes. They are things that will have a very secure, safe, stable foundation for us to grow and to find that balance and that security that so many have been asking for. I hope that has been helpful for you. If you're interested in any of my services, please do go to my website, which is angelhealinghouse.com. Go out, everyone, and fashion an absolutely beautiful life for yourself. I'm wishing you love, as always, and angel blessings. And I look so forward to speaking with you again next week. Do remember that if you do make a donation for my free content, you will go into the drawing for one person to be chosen at the end of June, which is tomorrow, because 30 days has September, April, June, and November. And then I'll be putting all those names in a hat for the month of June and choosing that one person for a free reading. So get your donations in if you'd like to join. Sending out so much love. Take care, everyone. Bye.